RevDivers. It has certainly been a minute, and there's a couple things we want to kick the show off with today. First and foremost, it is Friday the 13th. I don't know if you guys know, but that is my absolute favorite holiday, and it also happens to be Kem's birthday today. Happy birthday, Kem!
Thank you. Friday the 13th is a lucky day.
It is a very lucky day. And I think if you actually do like go back and look at the research, it was always meant to be a lucky number. So I really love Friday the 13th. But for this Friday the 13th, this illustrious occasion, we have brought back one of our time-honored guests, Mr. Craig Wiberg from MGMA. Craig, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you both for having me. I'm so excited to be here. And, one of my favorite subjects is talking about the Leaders Conference from MGMA. So let's get after it.
Yeah, we're pretty excited too. And as you know, we'll be there. We're presenting again this year. We are grateful for the opportunity. But there is so much going on at this Leaders Conference. There's these new resource groups I'm super excited about. I think all of the spotlight sessions are incredible. And am I right that all of the pre-conferences this year are included in the members thing? Like there's no special process they have to go through anymore? Like what happened to that old archaic process? They can just go and get educated right on Sunday. That's crazy.
I know. Imagine us growing and learning and trying new things. We do. I say this every year, but we take the evals and we improve upon them. We really make this for the attendees. So, what we did is on Sunday afternoon, these used to be add-ons where you'd have to pay an extra couple $100, but now we've got 6 incredible workshops, or what we're calling them now, and they're all at no additional charge. And of course, the two of you are the faculty for one of those on RevDive. So we've got topics on leadership. We've got Lori Badke speaking, which is one of our favorites, Taya, I know.
Me too. She's one of our favorites too. She's a rock star.
Yeah, so she's going to be doing a women's allyship session. So, I mean, the problem here is there's too many good things to attend, which is from a conference planner's perspective, that's a great thing. That's a great problem that I have.
Yeah. So the conference is the Leaders Conference, and it will be taking place starting October 21st, right? And when we think about the Leaders Conference, it used to be called the annual conference, right? Because this is kind of where we all got together as leaders and learned so much really valuable information from wonderful hand-selected speakers. There are other conferences that happen throughout the year. Maybe you can help potential conference attendees kind of understand the difference between the annual conference or the Leaders Conference and some of the other ad hoc conferences that happen throughout the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, we go back to trying to service the market and service the needs that we have. So you're right. It was the annual conference for a long time, and it was very MGMA centric. It was a celebration of MGMA, membership, all those things. We felt, and we got some feedback, that it was a little exclusive. So people thought, hey, this looks like a great conference, but I'm not a member, so I don't belong there. So over the last 2 or 3 years, we have evolved into making it more powered by you, being a little bit more MGMA agnostic, where it's healthcare leader focused. And with that, for a long time, we had all kinds of different topical areas in it. We had deep dives into patient access or risk management or compliance. We have streamlined our portfolio of conferences to be very intentional. And this one is focused on leaders. So the focus of what we are teaching and what we are sharing and networking here is leadership. So we're talking about strategy. We're talking about staffing, not necessarily just the nuts and bolts of it, but how to think about it globally and strategically. So that has been the focus of the Leaders Conference, and we're very, very excited about the lineup.
Yeah, speaking of that lineup, Taya mentioned one of our really beloved speakers and subject matter experts, Lori Badke, and she's going to be doing a session on organizational resilience, increasing adaptive capacity in healthcare. That is a mouthful, right? But when you look at the conference schedule, when you look at the lineup of individuals who are going to be speaking and sharing their wealth of knowledge, um, it as an attendee, although we speak at the event, but as an attendee, we get so much valuable information, and we're really appreciative that MGMA takes the time to come up with really thought-provoking titles of programs, and just the content that folks are getting from those programs is so valuable for us to take back to our healthcare organizations. And it really does impact national healthcare, because we have folks from all around the country not only speaking but coming in and learning and networking. You guys are very strategic in how you curate these programs and curate the entire conference. We'd love to hear from you about, like, kind of what goes into that. And you have such a wonderful team, Christy and Denise and
Well, hold on. You can only ask him like 4 questions at once. That's too many questions. So we've got to circle back to the first one, because I know I'm excited too. I'm super excited because there's so much stuff going on at these conferences. But we have leaders coming up first, right? That's in
We do.
October.
Yes.
And I love that to your point, Ken, when you go through the schedule, it's not just executives. Like, I think that there's this old timey vibe that, like, oh, I'm not a leader, but this is for aspiring leaders too. There's a ton going on with like new members, new leaders, aspiring leaders, which is so cool. But then you guys take a little bit of a break after October, and then you come back in the spring, and you guys you go big again. Like, the spring is pretty big. What do you guys have coming up this spring?
Yeah, the spring. So we built a portfolio of conference products. And one of the things that we learned during COVID is that a lot of people can't travel or don't want to travel and like to get their education online. So we created a suite of conference products that were online. And we've now honing this in each year. We're trying to get it figured out. We're bringing you the summit in March. So that is a 3-day online conference that has about 35 different educational sessions in it, and that's again for leaders. And it's accessible. You can get to it. It's been highly rated, so we're in the process of building that out as well. The other two that we've got right now are the Financial Focus Conference, and that one is in April in San Diego, and that one we dive deep into all things financial. So we're talking about everything from financing to rev cycle to this accounting principles, all of it. Anything that touches financial management inside of a medical practice is there. That's your place to go. And then
And
the
you know
last
that's
piece
one
of
of our
it,
favorite topics, actually. I don't know if you knew that, Craig, that but we
how many
really
times have you guys
enjoy.
been there in a row? I
Yeah.
think
We enjoy
4 or 5
talking about
times this
revenue.
Saturday, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just reminiscing about last time we were in Nashville. It was right before COVID. That was when you guys were there, and I think that was
It
your first
was.
gift shop. Yeah, and
Gosh,
it was
that's right.
awesome.
Because I remember we were on the floor, like right outside the exhibit hall, and somebody said that Hims had canceled. Remember? And we were
Yeah,
like, Hims doesn't cancel.
yeah,
Yeah.
a
It
big
that
deal.
was the first time I thought, wow, this thing must actually be real.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. We
Crazy.
experienced it together.
Well,
The
I'm
last
excited to go
piece,
back to Nashville. Hopefully, no, you don't spurn a pandemic again.
I know, I know. I'm like, this is our chance for redemption.
But it's really
No,
great the way that conference attendees are really taken care of. I remember, like, programs after that, there were so many safety protocols put in place. You guys just took such good care of us and were very thoughtful. And I that was really appreciated from from a participant's perspective.
yeah, we get feedback from a lot of our speakers and attendees that they can tell the effort that we put into these conferences. Everything is planned, everything is intentional, everything is built for your experience. So it's a very proud piece, watching it all happen when we get on site and watching the team execute and these things that we plan in our strategy meetings. Like, we see it working, we're like, this is cool, and we'll do some more stuff next year to make it even better. That's the
So, what are
joy that
you
I
most
find.
excited about this year?
Yeah, well, I love Nashville. I mean, I know that we were having a discussion. It's pretty crazy now. It's big, but it's super, super fun. So I'm gonna go see a concert on Friday night when I get there. But
Of
that's
course you are.
why. Yeah, of course I am. I'm either gonna be fishing, right, or I'm gonna be watching a concert. But as far as the conference goes, um, the most interesting and the most excited thing I'm about is the networking opportunities. Right, I feel that getting together is an effort. We all know that it takes a lot of effort to get somewhere. So, what's the one thing that differentiates being on site rather than getting some of your training online? And that's face to face interaction. So, we're just building those networking opportunities and trying to make it easier for people to connect with people that they want to be with. That's the challenge that gets me going, and that's what I'm excited to see how that all works.
Taya and I met at a state level MGMA conference. So there is so much power in networking, and we're so grateful that that's, top of mind for you guys.
And I love that it's not just a line either. Like it's not like you're towing the company line. I've known you long enough at this point. You're in the hallways. You're talking to the guest. You're like, "Hey, so happy you could make it," or "Are you still in Virginia or whatever?" Like you're networking in there too. So I also love that it's not just like you towing the party line. You're like, "No, I love the networking component," and it's so true. It's so valuable. Kim and I have met. I mean, most of the colleagues, resources, all of that we've met have been at conferences and usually at MGMA conferences. So
Yeah,
we agree with you. But there's one other thing I wanted to highlight today, which is this lovely
there we
magazine, this
go.
Connection magazine. You would think I got paid for this episode. I didn't. You guys can pay me if you want. But more importantly, this one is chock full of stuff. Holy cow. I mean, Chris Harrop, he always does like a phenomenal job. I know there's a whole team working on this, but man, this is a really good issue. And I'm not just saying that because Kim and I are smack in the middle of it either. This is a this is a great one, but it also, if you got your Connection magazine in the mail from MGMA, it does talk about the conference and some of the stuff that's there. So definitely pop that open as well.
Chris is amazing. He's the best, as you guys are, of course. Did you talk about your book yet? Because
We,
I
you
hear that
know,
that's good for
we
us.
haven't. And by the time this airs, the pre-sale link will be open. And
All
so
right.
since I did a selfless plug for you, go ahead, talk about our book, Craig.
Yes, we've got the advanced strategies for financial management, and Kim and Taya are awesome authors, and it's chocked full of incredible information. So worth the read. There's so much going on with trying to get on top of being a practice administrator or a healthcare executive, and all these resources are so helpful to just kind of streamline that thinking and get you a head start of building a better organization and improving yourself.
We're so excited about it. We will, just for those of you who will be joining us in Nashville, we will have a book launch party, and information for participants are going to be sent out through MGMA and other methods. But if you are, for our RevDivers, if you are going to be in Nashville, definitely come come visit us at the book launch party. It's being hosted by Anatomy Financial. We're really excited about that. And also just kind of thinking about the impact that revenue cycle management has on overall financial operations. That's really what we wanted to highlight in book number 2. So we're really excited about that, Craig.
And not only that, but if we have RevDivers that are coming to Nashville for the first time, you guys can hop into a 3-hour strategy session with no extra charge, thanks to the man that we have on the line who is reading your survey results and hearing you. So RevDive is for the people by the people, we believe, in terms of revenue cycle. That's what we do for our RevDivers. And so we're super excited to invite anybody in. It's open doors. It's like church. Everybody's welcome this time, and we're super excited about that.
It's awesome. We have over 100 people signed up, so it's going to be awesome. There's going to be seated and round tables, so people are going to be able to network again. Part of that intentional design, which is so cool and so fun.
This has really been chock full of information. And Craig, we always appreciate you and everything that you and MGMA do for, healthcare improvement and professional development. And before we let you go, you are definitely a titan in the industry, and we would love to pick your brain on ways that healthcare leaders who have been in healthcare leadership for a while, or maybe aspiring new leaders, things that they can do to improve their footprint in leadership. We'd love to hear, some advice or, sage words of wisdom from you.
Yeah, that's, in my perspective, I am in the business of professional development. So I obviously believe that this is an important factor and a huge factor. We're seeing new people coming into the industry, and they need information, and they need connections. So that's what I'm here to do. That's what we are here to do, just to make those connections. So at the beginning, you know, find our information, read books. You're going to get out of it what you put into it. Now, as you mature through your cycle, I know that you guys are totally on board with this, but that's when you can become a mentor. Like, each step in the journey has opportunities to connect, to learn, to better the industry, and each one of those steps you can find fulfillment in it. So just get out there, be involved, and continue to learn. That's what it's all about.
Wonderful
And go
advice.
to the conference because we're going to be
Yes,
there.
we will.
Yeah, yeah. Come on
Yes.
down. Let's see ya.
Absolutely.
Great.
Craig,
Awesome.
thank you so much. And for all of you who have joined us today, again, thank you so much for hopping in and taking a listen to RevDive. We definitely want to support the industry any way that we can. Taya and I are so passionate about giving back to an industry that has given so much to us. So we hope to see you in Nashville in October. And well, we're in October in a couple weeks here. If you are going to be in person, there is a 20% discount on the purchase of our new financial management book. So we're really excited and thankful to MGMA for that. And until we meet again, Rev Divers, keep diving into those rev cycles.